I'm David West, Vice President of Team Lab Chemical Company. Team Lab is a manufacturer of the patented base stabilizing product Base 1. I'm here today with Wilkin County, Minnesota engineer Brian Nutzelman. Brian has used our product in full depth reclamation, gravel road stabilization projects for many years with great success. Brian, how many miles have you done in the past?
We've done 150 miles of stabilized full depth reclamation and about 100 miles of gravel base stabilization.
In the past, Brian, you've compared our Base 1 to oil emulsion projects, and what did you find with that comparison, Brian?
Back in 2019, we did a project on our CASA 3. It was 13 miles long. We looked at what the cost would be of using Base 1 versus oil or emulsion. The Base 1 would save us approximately $2 million on the project. So we went with the Base 1. The project turned out great. It was tested that fall, and we found that the tonnage was 12.8 tons, and the design tonnage for that project was 10 tons. So it exceeded the strength that we were hoping for.
So Brian, today we're doing something new with our Base 1. Tell us a little bit about what we're doing.
Well, we're adding our Base 1 to our shouldering material. Back in 2016, we started stabilizing some of our county roads with gravel stabilization using a 50-50 blend of asphalt millings and gravel. And we found that to really be a success. So we thought we would try using the millings and the gravel combination on our shoulders. In 2018, we did a project where we used millings, and it was the MnDOT spec, the 90-10 spec, where it was 90% bituminous millings and 10% gravel. And what we found is the material to have some chunks in it because of the time of the year that it was processed and the heat, and it sat there a while, and that didn't go well with the shouldering machine. But once we got it through the shouldering machine, the shoulders themselves turned out great, very minimal maintenance. So in order to try and find a more user-friendly material, we decided to go with a 50-50 split, 50% bituminous millings and 50% gravel base material. And then we're going to stabilize it with the Base 1, kind of like what we've done with our gravel roads. So we tried that this year for the first time. We modified our water truck to get the nozzle to spray on the shoulder so that we didn't have to drive on the shoulder. It took our mechanic maybe a half a day to do those modifications. And then we did a dry run with the truck where we tried to figure out our yield, and we ended up pumping 1,300 gallons per mile, and we used 44 gallons of Base 1 in that mile. That seemed to be our sweet spot, and that was just simply turning the pump as wide open as it could go and driving the truck as slow as it could go. And that ended up being a 28.5 to 1 ratio as far as water to Base 1. And we tested that material and to see what the moisture is, because moisture is so vital to the Base 1 to get all the particles coated. And we had spec'd out a minimum of 7% for the project, and the two tests that we ran, we ended up with 8%. So we're right where we want to be as far as moisture wise. If we were to pave the shoulders on these roads, the cost of bituminous is now $60 to $70 per ton. We can't afford that. So by stabilizing a 50-50 blend of bituminous millings and aggregate base with Base 1 at about $15 a ton, I think this will be a great alternative to get our shoulders to last many, many years.
Thank you, Brian. As you can see today, by adding Base 1 to the shoulder material, you can save time, money, and provide a better roadway for the general public to drive on.